friends, this is Kristen from the Pros and Cons team, and today I'm really excited to talk to you about the pros and cons of becoming a substitute teacher. So, I was a substitute teacher some of the time in college, and it was a really good experience. I had good days and I had bad days, and so I kind of want to talk about some of the pros and cons. So, to start off, some of the pros are that you get to learn whether or not you want to become a teacher. It's a great way if you're wanting to take that career path to be like, do I really want to spend money to become a teacher? Am I going to like this? Because there's a lot of teachers out there that get certified to become a teacher and then go to student teaching and are like, I absolutely hate this. So that's like a really great way to test out the career before you go all the way in. Another thing is it becomes really helpful to test out which districts you like. I worked in two different districts. One was one that was amazing and the other one was awful. So it was super helpful. Like, okay, if ever I became a teacher, I would not want to work in this district. I would want to work in this district. So those are some good things to know. You can also scout out which teachers you want your kids to have. That is huge. Not all teachers are the same. There are some that aren't very good, and you can avoid those by knowing which ones are not good. And it's not that hard to tell when you're a substitute teacher or when you're working in the school. So that's something that is really great about being a substitute teacher. Okay, moving on to the cons. It is crazy. You may have days that the teacher barely left you any lesson plan and you may be struggling to find what the kids should be doing. I had a day where my go-to usually was to go read a children's book to them, but this teacher didn't have children's books in her classroom. And I was like, oh no. Luckily there was an aide there that was like, okay, let me go find a random worksheet, and she printed off all these worksheets for the kids because I was like, what do I do? Another thing is it can be really monotonous if you are doing the higher grades, so like junior high and high school, because you're going to do the same thing over and over and over again. And sometimes the teachers are not very creative for their lesson plans for subs. So I did it where I watched the same hour of a movie like 5 or 6 times. It was awful. And I didn't like the movie. And I was just like, this is so hard. Like annoying. Not necessarily hard. You just sit there. But it was like, oh, this day is going on forever. Or you can have the days where they just give the kids busy work, and so you hand out a worksheet and then do nothing. So that's something that I hated as a substitute teacher because it was like, oh, like I feel like this is wasting their time and is wasting my time. So that's another con. Another thing is that you don't know what to expect. You can have a great day, you can have an awful day. I just remember something funny with me is when teachers would come in and be like, oh, this is an amazing class. Those were the days that were awful, usually. And then when I had teachers that would come in and be like, this is such a hard class. I'm so sorry. Let me know if you need anything. Those were the days that went really well. So let me know in the comments below if any of you guys have had that experience, because it happened several times with me. So that's my list of pros and cons. If you have any other pros and cons that you would like to add, please leave them in the comments below. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye.